Yo, gang, what's up? It's Trollbot.exe, and welcome back to Trollbot Studios. And today, my samurai tribe, I will be reviewing Beast King Golion from 1981. The bulk of the production section and the story section I've already covered in my History of Voltron videos. Please check that out. So, let's cover the details I haven't covered in production. From the beginning, this series was planned to become a standard number for robot anime, and the design of Golion, with lion faces on its head and limbs, influenced giant robots in subsequent anime and special effects works, especially stuff like the Super Sentai series. In fact, here's the comparison between Golion and Daijujin from Zyuranger. And also, the lion on its chest was influenced by Daltanius from 1979. On the other hand, in terms of mechanical design, the original design was by Katsuji Murakami from Popey. Murakami also designed Gavin, and the design was significantly detuned from the original when it was made into an anime. The story. 5 astronauts, upon returning to Earth, find that the Earth has been devastated by World War III between the West and Eastern blocks. However, that will be the least of their problems, as they are kidnapped by the Galra Empire and are sent to become gladiators. However, they escape and flee to planet Altea, a planet that was ravaged by the Empire. Quickly, they make this new planet their home, and they are encountered by the Princess Fala, who gives them the keys to 5 lion robots that can fuse together into the robot Golion. Together, they fight against the Galra Empire. The heroes. Our main hero is Akira Kogane, voiced by Kazuhiko Inoue, best known for voicing 009 in the 1979 Cyborg 009 anime. Kogane is quite unmemorable. He is very much closer to leaders in tokusatsu shows, like Super Sentai and stuff like that. He is very pragmatic and clever, but one notable thing is that he is of Chinese descent. He was originally supposed to pilot the Green Lion robot, but after the key to the Black Lion was found, he gave the Green Lion to a character I'll mention later, as he piloted the Black Lion. So, let's move on to Takashi Shirogane, voiced by Ryusei Nakao, the voice actor for Frieza in Dragon Ball Z, and Mayuri Kurotsuchi in Bleach. Since he dies early in the show, there was not much room for characterization. How disappointing. He was the original pilot of the Blue Lion. So, next up is his replacement, Princess Fala, voiced by Rumiko Ukai, who voices Rose in God Mars and Frau Bo in Gundam. Fala is a typical princess, except she more rebels against her superiors. More specifically, her caretakers, strategist Ribel and the maid Hiss. However, due to her princess duties, she gets undermined, though she still makes an effort. So let's move on to Isamu Kurogane, voiced by Yu Mizushima, who voices Takeru from God Mars, and Elder from Kira Kira Pretty Cure a la Mode, that is the actual title of the anime, and dubbed over Chandler Bing in the Japanese dub of Friends, as I literally just looked that up. So, Kurogane is a thrill seeker and tends to be a bit of a jerk at times, but he knows how to get the job done. So, let's move on to Hiroshi Suzuichi, who is voiced by Masako Nozawa, most famous for voicing Goku in the Dragon Ball series. She also is most famous for voicing Tetsuro Hoshino in Galaxy Express 39. Hiroshi is my favorite of the group, and he is the youngest, and shows the most personality. He befriends Princess Fala's pet mice, and even one episode tries to get them to perform so he can earn money. I can respect the back chase, only for this to not work out. However, he can get stuff done, and uses his small size and agility to his advantage, as he sneaks into many different strongholds of the Gora Empire. Finally, there is Tsuyoshi Sato, voiced by Tesho Genda. Genda has voiced Bojack and Janemba in 2 of the Dragon Ball Z movies, alongside Shu in the anime proper, and he also voiced Umibozu in City Hunter and Ryujin Maru in Machine Hero Wataru. Tsuyoshi is afraid of heights, and there's actually hidden depth to his character, as he tries to rescue Earthlings that were caught up in World War III. This is mainly due to guilt he felt by leaving his younger sister behind on Earth to die. There is also the strategist Raibel, voiced by the late Yuji Fujishiro. Raibel is Team Golion's mentor and their commander. There is also Hiss, voiced by Kazuyo Aoki, who also voiced Jimshi in Future Boy Conan. Hiss is the strict mate of Castle Gradum, the home of Fala. She isn't afraid to use physical force on Team Golion, and she is hugely against Fala fighting alongside them, as she believes that Fala must attend princess duties, and must be groomed to become the queen of planet Altea. So, let's move on to the villains! This villain group is the Gora Empire, a galaxy-spanning empire that conquers planets. These mans are merciless, even to their own people. And also they extract slaves from their conquered planets to serve our main antagonist, Emperor Daibazal, voiced by the late Kosei Tomita, who voiced Belarus Gozo in Volumes, Dr. Saotome in the 70s Get a Robo series, Oedo in Vanguard Ace, alongside many other roles. Daibazal doesn't have much to him in terms of personality, but he is an effective antagonist. He is quite competent, well, at least compared to our next character, but he is sadistic. And just as much as our other main villain, Imperial Prince Syncline. This bonehead is voiced by Akira Kamiya. He is most famous for voicing Kenshiro from Fists of the North Star and Ryo Saiba from City Hunter. Initially, Syncline is quite confident from his first appearance, and he's actually the second person Daibazal points to fighting Golion. However, once he saw Princess Fala, his competency went down the drain. He would fail multiple missions because of her. And you know why he had a crush on her? Because she reminded him of his late mother. Watch the show, I am dead serious. Moving on, we have the Witch Honerva, Daibazal's mother, voiced by Masako Nozawa, who also voices Hiroshi. Honerva is easily the most competent out of the villain squad. However, she never held the throne of the Golion Empire, as she was merely a mistress of the previous emperor. She also holds her pet, Jaga, a space cat that she can communicate telepathically with. Our final villain is Sadak, voiced by Kenichi Ogata, famous for voicing Yaru Yokozuna in Yatterman, and also the Great General of Darkness in the Mazinger franchise. There is not much to him until the end of his appearance, where Daibazal threatens to execute him. He is predecessor to Sin Klein in attacking Golion. So, let's move on to the episodes. The episodes this time are not the best, honestly. Probably the best chunk of episodes involve an asteroid that Galra sends planet Altia's way. Otherwise, there are a bit too much episodic episodes. The Mecha. Golion as a design is pretty good. It's pretty good. I can definitely see how it influenced mechs later on, but it's not the best. I kinda wish that the pilots' uniforms were color-coded to their mechs. Animation and music. The animation is pretty good for the time. In spite of its minimalistic approach, it still looks pretty good. Naturally, there are some goofs here and there, but it looks just okay. The soundtrack is especially repetitive, though it's pretty good. The opening, Fight Golion, sung by Ichiro Mizuki, alongside Kurogi 73, it's pretty good. Naturally what I expect of Mizuki. The ending theme, One in Every 5 People, is boring. It is a boring ending theme song. Especially since there were much better candidates, like Oh Black Lion, also sung by Mizuki. They sound similar, but Black Lion is much better. One insert song I was sick of hearing was the Golion March, composed by Issei Kobayashi and arranged by Joe Hisaishi. How much it played in the show left me like, ugh. The background music by Masahisa Takeichi is pretty good, though very repetitive as I stated before. Let's go to overall thoughts. Overall, Golion wasn't the best, but it was pretty good for what it was. So, I'd honestly give it a 74% out of 100. I would add more depth to the hero squad, and display some more complexities of the Galra Empire. So, that's another review down. Like, subscribe, and comment down below. And let's wait for what I have next. So, in the meantime, later, fools.